Alright, hope everyone's doing wonderful today. Today what I on store is me opening up and checking out another Magic the Gathering booster. This one is from the expansion or the set Scourge. It's a 15 card booster pack. This is back when they used to have different levels on products. Starter decks were like starter. I think there was like advanced and there was also expert. Booster packs were considered expert because you'd add them into your decks, making you an expert or something like that. And they kind of phased it out because it didn't really make that much sense. Magic the Gathering got some sort of like dog face on there, a bone dog face with a tongue sticking out. The skull right there. Scourge set symbol is like a dragon skull or like a dog skull in the corner. We'll check it out when we open it up. And an interesting kind of pack right here. It says size matters. I think Scourge is one of those sets that has just a bunch of creatures in it. Scourge is all about building up to a big payoff. Storm cards. Oh yeah, Storm is in this set. Repeat their effects for each spell played in a turns, while dragon themed cards prove that bigger is better. Very cool. So this is where like Storm, the Storm count and all that stuff happens, I believe. Contains 15 cards. When was this made? This was made in... does it say the date? It's got to say the date. Oh, come on now. Got the Wizards of the Coast symbol right there. 2003. There you go. Let's see. The premium card odds are 1 in 70 cards. All right. Interesting. So let's just open this up and have some fun with it. Hope you're all doing wonderful today and enjoying these videos just like I do. Okay. Got Mercurial Kite, 3 in a blue. Interesting. Love the art for these older set. Love the older borders. Flying. Whenever Mercurial Kite deals combat damage to a creature, tap that creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It's a 2/2 with flying, and when it deals damage, it kind of shocks the creature, making it stay there. Interesting. Got the red head and like lightning flowing through his wings by Richard Sardinha. Got Frontline Strategist, 1 white. It's got a morph cost. You can play it down for a 2/2 creature for 3 and flip it up for 1. 1 white. When it's turn face up, prevent all combat damage. Non-soldiers would deal this turn. It's a 1/1 by Christopher Moyer. Looks like some sort of faceless ghoul with a shield and a sword, bloody sword. Interesting. And this is the set symbol around there. Looks like some sort of dog face skeleton or something like that. Kind of like the symbol on the corner of the pack right here. Got Titanic Bullvox. I remember this card from when I was younger. 6 and 2 green creature beast with trample. It's a 7/4 that you can play down for a 2/2 creature for 3, but then you gotta play its morph cost, which is reduced by 1 for 4 and 3 green. So it's still an expensive card, but it's a 7/4. It's a beast coming out there. Morph is a cool ability. You play it down. You play the card down for 3 mana, and it's a 2/2. Then you can flip it up for whatever its morph cost is. For this one, it'd be 1 white. For this one, it'd be 4 and 3 green. So different morph costs. And it would just like flip up, I guess. And I think you can... I'm not sure what the ruling is for the speed you can play morph costs. I don't know if it's an instant speed or sorcery speed only. I'm not sure off the top of my head. It's 7/4 by Wayne England. Very cool. Charging through the green forest. Oh, this is a cool looking card. Reaping the Graves, 2 in a black. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and it has Storm. Let's read what Storm does. Whenever you play this spell, copy it for each spell played before this turn. You may choose new targets for the copy. Very cool. Ron Spencer, classic looking art. Crazy. This poor skeleton guy, his body's decayed, but his arms are still chained up by some ghost chains. So Storm is interesting. If you played like 3... you played like 3 opt, then you played this. You get to play this 4 times because you play it, then you get a Storm copy for each other spell played. So there was 3 other spells played, so I believe you have 4 copies of it. Very interesting. Storm can be very powerful, especially with a bunch of low spells and all interesting things like that. So yeah, Storm cards, crazy. Dragon Wings. Interesting orange wings like this cephalid octopus is flying in the sky, 1 in a blue, enchant creature is flying. You can cycle it for 1 in a blue. When a creature with a converted mana cost 6 or more comes into play, you may return dragon wings from your graveyard to play, enchanting that creature. I forgot there was a couple cycles of cards like this, so pretty much when a big creature comes into play, you can return it to play on that creature. So like if you played a big dragon, or a card that costs 6 or more mana, you played this card, you pretty much play it. If this is in your graveyard, you bring it out from your graveyard and slap it right on top of it. Very cool. Give it flying right away. By Daryl Ritchie. Octopus with wings. Can you imagine? Got Woodloker, 5 and a green. It's a creature elf with a morph. It's a 3/3 that you can play down for 3, and you can morph it for 2 and 2 green. Usually the morph cost is a little bit reduced, so you add a little bit more green, but 1 less mana instead of 6. When Wood Cloaker is turned face up, target creature gains trample till end of turn. So very cool. Most cards with the morph can either flip up and have some sort of ability, or they're just like a big creature right there. Very cool. By Jim Nielsen. Creepy looking zombie mutant guy. Looks almost like an alien walking through the forest of birch. Very cool. Got Chartooth Cougar. Literally spitting out fire and magma from its mouth. 5 and a red, and it's an expensive creature. It's got mountain cycling, so you can discard this card from your hand, search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your library, so you can tutor up a mountain if you need to for 2. It's a 4/4 by Tony Suzulo. You pay red, and you pump it up. Kind of expensive, though. 6 mana for a 4/4 that you can pump up, but it's interesting. Cool art, though. Got Noble Templar, 5 and a white. Attacking doesn't cause Noble Templar to tap, and it's got plane cycling. Very cool. I like the cycling, and plane cycling is interesting because if you're in a need for mana, plane cycling would help you in that situation. By Alex Hooley Olandelli. It's a 3/6 creature with vigilance. Looks like a soldier made out of light in the field of Rye. Very cool. Interesting mountains in the background. Got a Twisted Abomination. I remember this card being a nuisance because you could always keep regenerating it. 5 in a black for a 5/3 that you can regenerate. A Zombie Mutant by Darren Batter, and it has Swamp Cycling. Very cool. Look how big it is. They're in a Coliseum, and this thing is just huge compared to the human size right down there. Crazy looking 3-toed finger or foot. Crazy mutated body. It's got like a double sword and a crazy sword in his other hand, and they're fighting in some sort of arena. Got the artist signature right there. Very cool. Got Wirewood Guardian, 5 and 2 greens to 6/6 with 4 cycling by Mark Tendon. Just a big old guy. You can see he's walking in the forest with his buddies right there. I like that. Different artists, but they still have some similar sort of feel. Definitely they copied off some sort of master image or something like that. 4 cycling, elf mutant, big old guy. Looks like a big old elf, and they're like, come, follow us. Tall as a tree and probably related. Got Dispersal Shield, 1 in a blue. It's an instant. Counter target spell if its converted mana cost is less or equal to the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control. Maybe next time. By Dave Dorman. So you got to count up, or you got to have the highest converted mana cost. So if you have this guy in the battlefield, you can counter spells up to 7 mana. Interesting. Very situational, but it could be very good if it's low spells or something like that. And it's pretty cheap, but counterspell is just better. Got Pyrostatic Pillars, 1 and a blue. Wait, let me look at who drew this actually. This is by Dave Dorman, reflecting everything with this energy shield. Pyrostatic Pillar, 1 and a red. It's an enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, Pyrostatic Pillar does 2 damage to that player. This is pretty good, especially if you're playing like against a blue deck that wants to play a whole bunch of small spells or something like that, or a deck that plays a whole bunch of small spells, a bunch of goblins. Every time they put a goblin on the battlefield, deals 2 damage to that player. But this could backfire for you because it says whenever a player. So if you have a deck with a bunch of small spells and you play this, you could just be hurting yourself as well. Pete Ventures, the goblins running around. Looks like the magna is exploding out of the earth right there. Very cool. Cool card. First uncommon. Got 1 with nature, 1 green, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, you may search the library for a basic land card, put that card into play tapped, and shuffle your library. By Darren Batter. Cool card. Really help you with some land. It looks like some sort of deer hybrid made out of bark, emitting some sort of green energy. Cool. Very spiky trees. So you put it on a creature. If they deal damage, make it unblockable or something, you can put some land on the battlefield. It's very cool. I got Dragon Stalker. Ron Spencer drew this one for sure. Flying Protection from Dragons is a 3/3 for 4 and a white. Look at the flavor. Very brutal looking bird, like hawk or something like that. Huge talons. Got like sword talons in his hands. Dragons in the background. He's walking around ready to kill some dragons. It'd be cool if it had double strike. That'd be pretty awesome. Flying Protection from Dragons is a 3/3 for 5 mana. I don't know. It looks like the rare I got is Ancient Ooze. 5 and 2 green. Creature Ooze. It's a star. Ancient Ooze power and toughness are equal to the total converted mana cost of other creatures you control. That's pretty cool. So if you got a whole bunch of other creatures on the battlefield with big mana costs, this just keeps getting bigger and bigger. This big old ooze looks like some sort of hand or slime mold crawling around. By Erica Gascalati Jeppe. Very cool. If you have a bunch of tokens on the battlefield, though, since they're converted mana cost is 0, they don't really add to it. But still, cool card, really fun, especially if you have a big creature deck or something like that. Awesome. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed these type of videos. I love opening up Magic the Gathering packs, checking them out with you, just checking out some of the old art and old cards, and just having some fun with it. Anyways, just want to say thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. Keep on keeping on, and I'll catch you all on the next one.